A ninth grader in the evening was supposed to walk through the dark streets of her hometown, and before that she made a semi-joking post on her page asking not to do anything to her. But something terrible happens to her along the way, and the details of what happened are still being investigated. In this video, I will tell you about Dana Ilynikh's case. Hi, you are watching the Journey's channel. Today's video is about the case that can be considered probably the most mysterious death that happened in Russia in 2023. It was very widely discussed and is still discussed. Before going into this video, I want to say that everyone are considered to be innocent before sentenced by court. If you will enjoy this video, please leave a like at the end and let's begin. Dana Ilynikh was born on July 9th, 2007 in Kamensk-Uralsky, a small industrial city in the western part of Siberia, near the Ural Mountains. Kamensk-Uralsky is relatively quiet, there is enough work and the streets are safe. Dana was a normal kid. Her classmates thought of her as a friendly and non-confrontational person who always tried to help others. Dana loved animals and always had many friends, so she was quite a popular teenager. In 2023, after the 9th grade, Dana entered a pedagogical college in Yekaterinburg, as she dreamed of becoming a teacher. Yekaterinburg is a large city not far from Kamensk-Uralsky. To make it easier to commute to her studies, Dana asked her father, Alexander, to rent an apartment for her in Yekaterinburg. She planned to start earning her own money and decided to look for a job there. Dana had a good relationship with both of her parents despite their divorce, and after moving to Yekaterinburg, she periodically returned to her hometown to visit friends or spend weekends with her mother, Inga. Dana also had a boyfriend, and their relationship was typical for 16-year-olds. Not without arguments, but overall they were pretty normal. So one day, it was late evening of August 8, 2023, Dana decided to go back to Kamensk-Uralsky from Yekaterinburg to visit her mother. The journey usually took an hour and a half, but Dana had to travel late in the evening because she spent the whole day on an internship at a new job in Yekaterinburg and was only able to catch the train at 9:30 in the evening. Dana, as a very active user of all possible social networks, spent a lot of time there. She even had her channel on Telegram, which is a messenger very similar to WhatsApp, but there you can also create public channels for posting news or blogs. And Dana had a small channel where several dozen friends, classmates, and acquaintances were subscribed to her. On the way, while being on the train, Dana actively communicated via messages. Apparently she was nervous because she was arriving so late, after 11 p.m., and the buses at this time weren't working, and she knew she would have to walk about 6 kilometers through the city, including a large park, and this whole route was very poorly lit. The park that Dana was supposed to pass through in the middle of her route was practically not illuminated at all. In the evening hours, it was simply impossible to pass through without a flashlight. Local residents constantly complained to the mayor's office, but nothing was done about it. And probably this part of the route scared Dana the most. In her channel, Dana made a post about this situation. She wrote, "Dear people of Kamensk, I'm insanely happy to be with you again on the same land, but right now buses aren't running and I'll have to walk home alone, so please don't kill or rape me. I want to make it home, at least today." The post was published by Dana at around the same time she was getting off the train. It was 11 or 11:05 p.m. She wrote the post and headed home from the railway station. The entire journey was supposed to take Dana a little over an hour. Along the way, she was mostly looking at her phone, continuing to chat with friends and her boyfriend she recently had an argument with. Around 11:30 p.m., Dana sent a video to her boyfriend. She met a cute little dog near the cafe called Ararat at the edge of the park and decided to make a video with the dog to show to her boyfriend. Dana tried to get the dog's attention to pet it. While she was doing this, Dana apparently still was nervous about having to go through the large dark park soon. And she made a joke in the video saying, "Here comes my death. The dog will eat me in the woods." This video to her boyfriend was the last time Dana messaged anyone. Her friends and boyfriend probably thought that she reached home and went to bed because she was tired after the internship, so they weren't alarmed, expecting her to write them something in the morning. We don't know if Dana, while going home, was messaging her mother, because if she did so and her mother knew that her daughter is coming home, it's unclear why she didn't call the police that evening. In the morning, Dana still didn't return home. Closer to the evening, her mother Inga decided to contact the police because she was worried where her daughter was. After determining her evening route, the police began the search. At 11:50 p.m. on August 9th, the police made a horrifying discovery. They found Dana dead in a small ravine, about 10-20 meters from the sidewalk, in the big park near a cafe. The body was discovered by the search group that also included Dana's boyfriend. Initially, the police stated that there were no signs of violence on Dana's body, but her phone and documents she had with her were missing. The preliminary cause of death was poisoning with prohibited substance. But this was strange, because if that was the cause of Dana's death, it's unclear how her phone and documents disappeared, when we certainly know that she had them with her before entering the park because she sent a video to her boyfriend. Also in the video that Dana sent to her boyfriend, she spoke normally and showed no signs of having consumed anything. In combination with the news and social media posts on Dana's Telegram channel, where she asked not to kill her, her death seemed very suspicious, and the public began to believe that the police were hiding something. Concerned citizens started looking through their websites with public camera recordings to try to find footage with Dana while she was walking home. Soon the footage was collected, and almost the entire route Dana took before her death was shared on social media and in the news. In the video, Dana is seen walking, and she's mostly staring at her phone. Her gait was completely normal. She wasn't staggering or stumbling and appeared to be completely sober. In the meantime, the police reported that a so-called preliminary examination was conducted, and allegedly a prohibited substance was found in Dana's blood. The police also mentioned that Dana loved energy drinks, judging by her photos in social media, and she drank several cans of such drinks a day, which allegedly could have led to a heart attack on her way home because of high amounts of caffeine in her blood. At the same time, users who researched public camera footage noticed something frightening. A man on a bicycle followed Dana at a distance through the entire journey. Most of the time he didn't get too close, sometimes overtaking her and then letting Dana go ahead again. It seemed like he understood that the camera recordings could be revealed later, so he pretended not to be following Dana. But then he always returned and continued to follow her. And on the last camera that captured Dana before entering the park, the same man on a bike in a light-colored baseball cap rode after her. In total, he followed Dana for 33 minutes, so it was unlikely that their routes randomly coincided. Users on social media were even more outraged when the police reported that Dana most likely died from an overdose after finding records with a possible suspect. People understood how unlikely it was that the police official version was true. It seemed like the detectives wanted to close the case fast to calm the public, because they didn't expect that it will generate such huge interest. Then, because of the public outcry, the head of the investigative department in Moscow became interested in the case. And probably because of that, the officers that were working on it decided to find out who was the mysterious man in a white cap on the bicycle. And it didn't take much time to identify this man. This mysterious man was a 34-year-old local resident named Eduard Golikov. He worked at a metallurgical plant, and supposedly his colleagues recognized Eduard in the video and reported him to the police. Golikov was described by his colleagues as an introverted person. After his divorce, he lived alone and drank pretty heavily. Eduard was questioned by the police and even underwent a polygraph test, the results of which were inconclusive. Golikov claimed that he was cycling around the city all evening but wasn't following Dana and didn't even see her. He said he accidentally noticed her already in the park where she was found, when she fell into a small pit because she felt unwell. He said he found her phone and for some reason buried it, wrapping in the documents Dana had with her. Supposedly he thought of stealing her phone. He also said that when he saw that Dana wasn't recovering, he just left. And he insisted that he was guilty only of taking Dana's phone and not calling an ambulance. The police, while checking recordings from city cameras, also discovered footage where Golikov enters the park at 11:44 p.m. and he exits at 12:17 a.m. It has been established that in the video he is seen carrying Dana's phone. He buried it later. The time spent in the park was sufficient to conduct an attack. But it is very hard to believe Eduard when he's saying that he was just randomly cruising around town and he didn't even notice Dana, because it is obvious that if he followed her for more than 30 minutes, this is not a coincidence. And also on some videos you can see that Golikov often went in other direction, but then he looked back at Dana and changed his route going after her. Golikov also pointed out where he buried Dana's phone, a kilometer away from where she was found, and supposedly a photo of Dana lying on her side in a small pit was found on this phone. It was possible that Golikov made this photo because he was the last person who held Dana's phone before it was buried in the forest. Of course, no one believed Golikov anymore. The case was discussed on various TV shows and news programs, and most people agreed that they didn't believe a word of Golikov's story. But if Golikov really attacked Dana, how did the police examination not find any signs of struggle or violence on her body? But people explained it, simply believing that police wanted to close the case quickly. Detectives decided to conduct a re-examination of Dana's remains. By that time, several months had passed since her death, and her remains obviously had been already buried. Full results of second examination weren't published, but police informed that apart from large amounts of caffeine in Dana's blood, no other substances were found. But also there were no traces of Eduard's DNA on her body. Information about any signs of violence, on the other hand, was not published. It's unknown whether such information in this case could be verified several months after Dana's death. Eduard's mother, Ilona, did not believe in her son's guilt, and even took part in TV shows dedicated to the case, claiming that her son simply couldn't have done such a thing. Alexander, Dana's father, also participated in these shows. During one of them, with Ilona's permission, a reporter went to Eduard's apartment. There he discovered that for some reason Golikov had 10 empty boxes from various mobile phones, and also a large stuffed teddy bear that looked brand new, and it was unclear who it was intended for as a gift, since Eduard lived alone. Eduard refused to give any comments to journalists from prison, but his friend on the show mentioned that Golikov wanted to date women, but was afraid to approach them. Once, he followed his female coworker on a bicycle for several hours, but never approached her, after which she reported him to the police, but the case was ultimately closed. But after some time, the case became even more confusing. Eduard, during one of the additional interrogations, mentioned that he tried to get acquainted with Dana when she was walking and looking at her phone. When Golikov caught up with her, he tried to start a conversation. Specifically, he said to her, "Girl, let's know each other." Dana didn't respond and walked away. Golikov said, "She didn't even look at me." Then he again caught up with Dana in the park and dragged her off the path, grabbing her arm. Dana didn't immediately understand what was happening, and as Golikov said, she was confused. Then he pushed her to the ground. Dana started screaming and shouting, and Golikov decided to put his hand on her neck, pressing her to the ground so nobody would be able to hear her. He pressed her neck for several minutes, as he said. Then, when Dana stopped moving, he took her phone and fled the scene. But later, Golikov completely denied these statements, saying that he just incriminated himself. But as this was happening, some people from Kamensk-Uralsky reached out to police, and they started telling stories about Eduard. That made him look more suspicious. One woman said that she was going home from a bar, and Golikov started harassing her, and even as she said, attempted to assault her. But when she reached out to police, they said that she provoked him by dressing inappropriately. And also another person told the investigators that they once noticed Golikov paying an unhealthy attention to a 15-year-old, trying to start a conversation, but none of these allegations were later proven. Today, most of the people don't doubt Golikov's guilt, but some others think that he confessed under pressure, and they think that it is possible that Dana had a heart attack because of the energy drinks she consumed. And there's also another theory that Golikov tried to do something to Dana, but when he attacked her, she might have died from heart attack, and because of it, Golikov got afraid and ran away. Eduard Golikov is still under arrest and the investigation is still ongoing since 2023, and it is very likely that police have some more information than public, and because of it, Golikov is not released. And when there will be any updates in the case, I will surely inform you about them. Thank you very much for watching the video. Bye.